Like most disenfranchised millennials, I suffer from anxiety. And I mean, how can I not? With the ever-connectedness of the internet, we have a constant stream of information being flooded onto us constantly and endlessly. With filters, smartphones, and technology, perfection is a standard, aging is a sin, hustle culture is the norm, but don't worry, here's a cute video of a cat having a bath to distract you from your problems. It's a lot. And trying to disconnect from the constant stream of doom scrolling and perfectionism feels like an impossible task. I know personally that the more time I spend on the internet, the worse my anxiety gets. And look, you can never really cure anxiety, but you can definitely learn ways to help manage it. I've suffered from some sort of anxiety and depression most of my adult life, and still do. But over the years, I've learned different ways to help manage it. This is the story of how Beat Saber helped me to manage my anxiety. But first, a message from today's sponsor. Don't you hate when you go to play some Beat Saber, but your Quest battery is flat? Or you're playing a really hard level and your controller dies and you fail? Well then, you need a Naysy charging dock. The Naysy charging dock is a magnetic charging dock for your Quest, so you never have to worry about plugging it in to charge. It has a small magnetic adapter that plugs into the port on your Quest and then magnetically slots into the dock to start charging. The dock lights up orange while charging and then turns blue when fully charged. But if you're not a fan of RGBs, you can press the Naysy icon to turn off the lights. The controllers also recharge as well. The charging dock gives you these little rechargeable batteries for your Quest controllers and a battery cover with metal pins, so when you plug in your controllers to the dock, they start charging as well. I'm terribly forgetful at remembering to charge my Quest or buy new batteries, so this dock has been such a lifesaver for me. Something cool about this dock as well, if you use the Elite strap with battery or similar, then you can just plug the magnetic adapter into the back of the dock and charge it that way as well. The design is sleek and minimal and solves all my charging problems, and you can learn more about the Naysy charging dock from the link in the description. Now, let's get back to the video. For me, anxiety is something that started to get worse a few years ago. There was a point in my life where I was really struggling. I was struggling financially, so I was taking more work on, which led to more stress and more imposter syndrome. And along with that, I was dealing with some really bad harassment and stalkers online. I just couldn't stop stressing about my fears of the past and the future. I just had a constant fear of uncertainty. I couldn't do anything without a constant buzz of anxious thoughts following me around. I struggled to sleep. I struggled to work. I couldn't do anything without these anxious thoughts following me. All I could do was anxiously scroll through my phone, trying to find something to distract my brain and give me that dopamine hit to make me feel better. But that's when I discovered Beat Saber. One day, I was browsing the internet and discovered a viral video. It was a woman with these lightsaber things, and she was slicing blocks in time to the music. And she was in the game. I've never seen anything like it. She looked so badass and awesome, and I instantly fell in love. All my years of dance classes and music lessons told me straight away that I needed to play this game, and I needed to learn how to make videos like this. And then one day, I had the chance. I got my hands on a PlayStation VR, and I had access to all these new and exciting realities in my hand, and of course, Beat Saber. And when I booted it up for the first time, all my anxious worries and fears just disappeared. I was instantly transported. My brain was suddenly disconnected from all my worries, taking me away from my past and the future and bringing me into the now. All I had to do was focus on the game in front of me. I couldn't drop my focus, I couldn't pick up my phone, I couldn't even see the world around me. I was transported to a space where all I had to think about was the task in front of me, slicing those blocks. And it was fun, and it was challenging, and it was exhausting, and I had such a feeling of joy and relief to finally be spared of this mental burden and worry inside my brain. And I was excited to have something new to focus on and to separate myself from my anxious thoughts. Beat Saber became my meditation. Over the coming weeks, I was addicted. It was my therapy. I spent all my time learning how to upgrade my setup, get custom songs, and even set up mixed reality. I even made a few tutorials along the way as well. I have found a purpose and distraction from the everyday worries in my life, and it's exactly what I needed. I was so grateful to have discovered Beat Saber, and the journey it's taken me on since then. And I'm grateful for its almost meditative ability to help me disconnect from my anxious thoughts. But scientifically, what was going on? Why did Beat Saber do such a good job at helping me manage my anxiety? Well, there's this thing called flow state. Flow state is defined as a mental state in which a person performing some activity is fully immersed in a feeling of energized focus. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, this guy, is the father of flow state. He defines flow as the lines where the inner chatter in your mind is silent, and you are completely and utterly dialed into the run in front of you, engaged and flowing down the mountain with a meditative charge. Thanks to neuroscience, we now know that flow states are induced via 5 neurotransmitters in the brain: dopamine, norepinephrine, endorphins, anandamide, and serotonin. And I think by now we know that a lot of those neurotransmitters are responsible for happiness. And when you're able to unlock that perfect balance of challenge and skill, you hit that flow state and you're able to unlock those happy hormones. Not only can activating a flow state trigger improved moods, so can exercise. We now know the importance of exercise not only for our physical health, but also for our mental health.
Oh, it's a deep burn. Oh, it's so deep.
Several studies have shown increases in endorphins can occur following acute and chronic exercise.
Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy.
But one of my favorite aspects of Beat Saber is it's just damn fun. Telling a depressed person to just go outside, get some exercise, isn't really productive. Finding the motivation to get changed, leave the house, join up to a gym around other people is a giant hurdle when you're feeling anxious or depressed. And I know that's not something everyone's gonna understand, but I hope you never have to, because it's not fun. But to find a game like Beat Saber that's fun, increases your heart rate, and can be done from the safety of your own home is such a win for those who may be struggling. Of course, playing Beat Saber or any video games isn't a sufficient replacement for therapy. If you or someone you care about is struggling from anxiety or depression, please encourage them to reach out to a professional. There's no shame in getting therapy or even going on medication. I've done both in the past and they've been really helpful. But I do encourage you to explore things like Beat Saber if you are feeling overwhelmed in life. Finding something to be your go-to management tool to help you disconnect from your anxious thoughts can be really helpful. Meditation is also a popular one, but I personally struggle with meditation a little. I also find gardening really good for my mental health. So it's really just about finding those healthy things in your life that help you disconnect from your anxious thoughts. I know it's really helped me in my darkest moments, and I only hope that it can help others as well. I'm really grateful that I've been able to find Beat Saber as a tool of escapism, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to share my joy and love for this game with you all. Thank you so much for listening to my story. I hope you found it informative. If you have a similar experience with this game or any other aspect of your life, please leave a comment down below. And again, if you are struggling with anxiety or depression or anything, please reach out to a professional. It's so important to get the help you need, and not having those anxious or depressed thoughts is just, it's nice. You don't want that in your life. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!